Hey guys, I'm Caroline, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Percy Jackson and the Olympians book series. These books were written by Rick Riordan, and the first book came out in 2005. The fifth book in this immediate series came out in 2009. He is still publishing books for this literary universe today, and he has a book coming out soon, which focuses on Nico D'Angelo and Will Solis. So obviously in a 5-book series we have a lot of main characters. The core 3 would be Percy Jackson, the son of Poseidon. Obviously if it's a book written from his perspective about him, he's going to be kind of important. Just, I don't know, maybe keep the name in the back of your head. Who knows? It can just be the same initials: Peter Johnson, Percy Jackson. We have Annabeth Chase, daughter of Athena. She is one of Percy's best friends. Towards the end of the series, she's his girlfriend. Sorry, spoilers, but you see it coming. And she's a daughter of Athena, so we see a bit of a feud there, friendly feud. She is really important because she's constantly with Percy, basically babysitting him. He's not very smart. And we have Grover, who's also there to babysit Percy. Grover Underwood, he's a satyr, which is like a half-goat, half-human person. We also have other really important characters, such as Talia Grace. She's a daughter of Zeus, but you only really get to meet her at the end of the second book. We have Nico D'Angelo. You meet him at the start of the third book. He becomes very important. He's a son of Hades. And we have Rachel Elizabeth Dare, almost said Rachel Grace there. She is a mortal, but she is very, very important to the series, especially in the last 2 books. And we have Tyson, Percy's half-brother. He's a Cyclops. He's another son of Poseidon, but people don't really treat him like a son of Poseidon because he's a Cyclops. And we have Sally Jackson, the queen herself, Percy Jackson's mother. She's one of my personal favorite characters because you see her just kind of gal-bossing her way through the series, and I don't think Percy would have survived as long as he did without Sally's help. And also, I mean, you could probably sprinkle the 12 Olympian gods in there in main characters, because although they don't get much, like, time of day, they are kind of important because they basically influence all these kids' every action. So, I don't know, you can count them as main characters, maybe. Okay, so now I'm going to go through the basic plot line of each book, starting off with book 1, obviously, Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. This is primarily about Percy's first adventure when he first finds out he's a half-blood and taken to Camp Half-Blood. And he's then told that a war between the gods is about to break out because Zeus believes that Percy has stolen his Master Bolt. So, you know, Poseidon's kind of trying to keep Percy from being vaporized. So then Percy is sent on a quest with Annabeth and Grover to retrieve the Master Bolt and return it to Zeus before the summer solstice, when a war is likely to break out between the gods. Okay, book number 2, Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters. In this book we see Percy return to camp and then find out that the magic borders of camp are weakening, so then he sneaks out of camp to go on a quest to retrieve the Golden Fleece and to save Grover. He goes with Annabeth, and then there's a whole bunch of other people who also go on this quest, but they don't know that he goes on the quest. It gets a little confusing, and then at the end of the book we're introduced to Talia. On to the third book. This is Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse. Percy and Annabeth are on a quest to save, rescue, kidnap 2 other demigods and bring them back to camp. But then while they're trying to take these demigods back to camp, Annabeth is abducted. So Percy sneaks off on a quest again to rescue Annabeth and to save Artemis, who's also gone missing. At some point in this, Talia becomes a hunter of Artemis, which basically just is an immortal patron of Artemis, who is one of the gods of archery and the god of the night. On to the 4th book, Percy Jackson and the Battle of the Labyrinth. This is my favorite book in the original series. We see Percy, Annabeth, Grover, Tyson, and Rachel embark on a journey to navigate the labyrinth to fend off a war and prevent intruders from entering camp to try and overthrow Olympus. The fifth and final book in the immediate Percy Jackson and the Olympians series, Percy Jackson and the Last Olympian. We see Percy and the other campers try to fight in the Titan War to prevent Cronus, the Titan Lord of Time, who's trying to overthrow Olympus. Okay, a bit of a gear shift from plot lines to genre themes and tropes. Obviously, it's a historical fantasy kind of genre. And then with themes, we have mythology. Obviously, it's heavily inspired by Greek mythology and just explicitly talks about Greek mythology. However, history does kind of repeat itself throughout the books with the mythology, because obviously the gods are real, the rest of the mythology is real. So we have Medusa and the labyrinth, Icarus and flying too close to the sun, Circe's island, all that is in the books, which is they're so incredible. I love those myths. We have violence. However, Percy's a very unreliable narrator, so he kind of treats killing monsters with the same urgency as I need to get my blue cookies and I need to eat them all right now. Like I said, very unreliable narrator, and by being such an unreliable narrator, you don't really hear anything gruesome or scary. We have family, obviously the godly parents and kind of their relationship with their children and kind of how that plays out, and plus the non-godly parents and kind of how they stand on it all. We have obviously friends, there's a lot of friendships at camp, some kind of frenemies with Clarice and Percy, they're kind of they're feuding because of the second book, and then the fourth and fifth book, they're just kind of keeping it up for fun, for the joke. Tropes wise, we have a slow burn friends to partners with Annabeth and Percy. Spoilers. We have found family, and just again history repeating itself as a trope. I recommend this series primarily because the writing style is so Gen Z, despite it not being written by a Gen Zer. Percy was born in 93, but because of the way it's written and just kind of his mind and kind of he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, he's kind of stupid, so kind of him taking these crazy battles and just be I don't really know what's happening, something's coming from over there, there's a ball of fire hurtling at me right now, Tyson, he just caught it and he's yeeting it back at them, I'm so confused right now, oh my god, they have blue cookies. Okay, no, stay focused, Percy. It's really comedic, and it's a really great retelling of the Greek myths with modern day kind of relevance sprinkled in, and the characters are so lovable and just they represent so much, and the plot is really good, the characters are great, the writing style is incredible, and I mean it's something that I could binge read the entire series again in a week because it's so good and you just cannot put it down. I genuinely struggled to do anything other than read while I was reading those books. It's really great. Another little footnote reason you should read this series, there's a TV show coming out, and it looks, from the casting, it's so promising, but as all readers know, you better read the books before you watch it, because that way you just kind of have supremacy, and you just kind of, you get all the references and you just have a amplified appreciation of it. Plus, little reminder, reread the books before you watch the TV show, because a lot of people are missing the point of Annabeth's character entirely from the casting. It's ridiculous. Just reread, understand the character, please. And little mini shout out to Rick Riordan for writing these books. They are absolutely incredible. It's my favorite book series I've ever read. 5 out of 5 stars. I'm really excited for the TV show. definitely going to watch it the second it drops. You have no idea how ready I am. I genuinely cannot stress how incredible these books are. You just have to read them to understand, like, it blows my mind. But I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell to get notified every single time I upload a video. Share this video with all of your friends and all of your family, especially if they're a Greek mythology or Percy Jackson nerd. And I will see you guys next time.